At any given moment, and we talked about this at the Worthy of Our Trust workshop a little bit last weekend. I kind of think of a silly picture. It doesn't really depict it very well, but it's the best I got at the moment. There are all these, like, if this is her, there are all these different things questions pulling at her in different ways, okay? So, who was I, or am I becoming, is a question she has to ask herself. And so I think about that like pulling. Who was I through this relationship? And who am I now in recovery? And who am I becoming if I look at this overall process, and at any given point, who am I becoming? And wives have to ask themselves that question. And sometimes who I'm becoming is, some wives will say, I'm just becoming bitter and angry. I'm losing my sense of self. Some wives will say, I'm just becoming hopeless. I'm walking around with despair and depression all the time. I'm losing my sense of self. So there are these questions. And then there are questions about you. Like, who were you when we met? And who are you right now? And who are you becoming? And those things are like, I'm thinking of those like all pulling at her. And then there's we. Who were we when we were 19 as a couple? And who were we when we were 27 and had our first baby and you were acting out? And who are we today in recovery? And who are we becoming? And some wives are sitting there going, I kind of like who we're becoming because we're more on. I mean, it's hard, but we're more honest than we've ever been. And some wives are going, I don't like who we're becoming because it feels like we're becoming more and more disintegrated.